Hi Stampers, this is Kim with Great Inspirations, and welcome to my Stamp Happy Holidays video for this week. I have several cards to share with you, and they all have one thing in common. I created the backgrounds for these by simply stamping. You know, sometimes you just don't have any Holiday Designer Series paper, or DSP as I call it, and you really want to have a patterned background. It's very easy to DIY your own DSP. All you need is some white cardstock, stamps, and ink, and you will get great backgrounds like these. Now here we can take a better look at each of the cards. Here's the jingle all the way, and I made this with the Jingle 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 stamp set. All the little bells. Then on the inside, have yourself a Merry Little Christmas and put a few more bells. And then we have Believe in the Magic, and as you can see I've stamped these Santa hats, and this has somewhat of a pattern. This one, not so much, sort of random. Here's the Believe in the Magic with the Santa hats. And then Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas with the Santa hat on top there. And then 'Tis the Season to be Jolly. Again, I have stamped in a seemingly random pattern, but there is a bit of order to it. And then just Merry Christmas inside. And then another Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas with the candy canes. And this too is from Jingle Jingle Jingle. The sentiments so far have been from the Framed and Festive stamp set, and that was released on November 1st as part of the Fitting Florets collection, which is available through January 4th or while supplies last. But I really liked the font on these, so I've been using this stamp set quite a bit. But anyway, here we go with the candy canes, and then inside, From Our Home to Yours, Merry Christmas. And then the Be Cool, Be Chill, Be Merry. And this is from the Penguin Place stamp set. And we just have all kinds of cute little winter hats. And I used some pearls to just give it a little shimmer and shine. And then we have, let's do the snowman, because it's another Be Cool, Be Chill, Be Merry. And inside I just sending wishes for a cool Christmas filled with warm and wonderful memories. And there's Snowman. And this is from Snowman Magic. I just really like that. I put the greeting up here at an angle because I didn't want to cover up my snowman. And but you know, I don't know. I may put something else on here to just kind of give it a little more pizzazz. But for right now, I'm happy with that. And then here's these mittens, and Merry Christmas. Have that nice real red ribbon that's in the holiday catalog, or it's not called the holiday catalog, it's the July through December catalog now, and it's the most magical time of the year. So what I kind of wanted to talk about is when you're stamping these patterns, there is no right, wrong way. Some ways may be better than others. But a few of my tips, one of them which I learned real quick is it pays to start in the middle of your cardstock and work out. And I also found that if you are stamping little tiny designs like this, little tiny images like these, it's best to use the size cardstock that you want on your card for the panel, or very close to it, because you can always, you know, cut it down. But for some of the bigger stamps like this, or even the snowman, you could do a whole 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock and then just cut it down to, you know, make your 4 cards. and have a little left over to maybe make another card. Just use it as a trim or something. But anyway, I thought we would walk through how I did these. And we're just going to start with a piece of basic white cardstock, and it is 3 3/4 by 5 inches across. Thought I'd use a little bit of garden green ink and some real red and some Parakeet Party. And we'll just kind of go through how I make my own designer series paper. You may have other ways that you do it. Whatever works for you is great. And we're going to use some stamps, a little tree image right here. And this is from Penguin Place. We're going to use some holly leaves. And there's the holly leaves. And the berries, the holly berries. And these two stamps are from the Handmade Wishes stamp set. So, as I said, I found it's best to sort of start in the middle. Maybe not right smack dab in the middle, but somewhere in the middle of the cardstock. And kind of look and plan ahead, because I have 3 different images I'm going to be stamping on this cardstock. So I want to be aware that I need space to stamp the holly. Go up here. And see how I've gotten ink on the edge of that? That can be very dangerous when you're doing this, because it could ruin the whole piece you're working on just simply by if you touch the edge of the block. So I'm going to get my chamois and clean that off. And we'll start again. Let's put one here. The other tip, you do want to have some things go off the edges a little bit. Go up. Let's see if I can get that on there. No. There we go. And that's a good thing about the photopolymer stamps. So you can go off the edges. I think we need maybe one up here. One over here. Is everybody waiting for me to stick my stamp on that red ink? Because believe me, it could happen. Okay, so there we go. There's that. I'm going to close up my garden green. Now we're going to add some berries. And as I'm adding the holly berries, I'm kind of looking for places where I know the leaves will fit. I go to put the holly leaves on. I think I need another tree down here. We'll take care of that in a minute. And then, as always, I think we can put one there. And then we can put some berries up here. And maybe down here. And some over here. And we'll get some holly leaves with the Parakeet Party. I'll put this here. Just keep going. And sometimes I turn the paper to meet my stamp, and sometimes that didn't turn out very well, did it? Sometimes I just turn my stamp. Just kind of depends. It's just put this down this way. There we go. And let's see here. There's a couple more yet. Oh, let's put that right here. We have this right here. And we can stamp this off the edge a bit. And we can also go and just put some holly here, a holly leaf, maybe here. So you can just put just a tiny bit of color, and it makes it just look like there's a continuation of the paper. Okay, let's put that away. And there we have it. There's a nice background. Now, of course, you could add more things. You could add some more berries and all that, but I thought we'd just put this together right quick on a card. I have a card base here. It's a real red, and I've already done inside from Our Home to Yours, Merry Christmas. I'm going to mat this on here, and then we'll put this right here, which covers up. That's what I said about the middle. You don't have to worry so much about the exact middle if you're going to put your greeting there. But there's that. And I'm not, here, I'll show you one I did earlier. Got my arm in the way there. I did this one earlier. I think I like it better. I might put that. Might try that one. But I also have some of this garden green ribbon. Like I said, this is from the current mini catalog. I think I'll just put it around here. Like this. I've got dimensionals on the back of my greeting. I think I'll see just where to put it. There we go. Now we'll tie this in a bow. Not always the best bow tire, that's for sure. But I usually can get it to look okay. Trim those ends. And then you're going to see my little secret here when I flip this over to put adhesive on the back of it. As you can see, this was another experiment. And I'm going to secure this ribbon with just a little piece of cellophane tape. Then we'll use the adhesive. On here. I think I'm going to have to work with that bow just a little bit. And of course you could always, if you wanted to put a mat under this, you know, maybe garden green or maybe even the parakeet party, that would be okay. But there you go. Just a real easy way to get yourself some designer series paper. If you don't have any or don't have any you care to use for a card at this moment. And you will have, before you know it, all kinds of great cards to send to all of your friends and family to make this holiday extra special. Now, in the description of this video, there will be a link to my coordinating blog post, and that's where you will find all the measurements for these cards and also a list of supplies for these cards, including the one that I just made with you. that I do still feel needs a little work on that bow, but I think other than that, it's going to be good. So thank you so much for joining me today. And until next time, stamp happy.